download treasured sites in Christianity.
There's a new evidence that many proofs were not alone in the universe. UFO in the form of a bright light is descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
All right. Welcome to GoFund. How is everybody? All four of us. Nice to see everybody. 30? What are all you people doing over here? 30? There ain't no 30 here. I'm glad you guys made it. I barely made it. I see a few others who barely made it. Yeah, we had technical difficulties. Let's just put it that way. We had a little bit of a camera situation. I don't know why the camera wouldn't turn on. I was thinking it's got to be the intranet, but the interwebs are working just fine, they say. My eyes, my allergies all day today. It's been one of those days. I forgot. That's right. There are kings in this world. Look at this. That's right, baby. I'm the Whopper King. And I'm coming to you. Where am I? No kings? Oh, no. I'm the Whopper King, baby. All right. I thought with the No Kings protest. Oh, this is the wrong show. This is GoFund? Never mind. We'll try it at the other place. I'll probably get a chuckle over there. They understand. Because there are no kings. Stupid. I don't want no kings. He thinks he wants to be a king. Stupidest people on the planet. And I don't care anymore. Absolutely stupid. I don't want no kings. No king protest. I got my sign. It says no kings. Idiots. They are idiots. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Let's go, protesters. Oh, where are you going? We're home. We're going home. It's done. It's over. The protest ends at 1. We're only paid to 1. Whoa, whoa. We're only paid to... Why are you here? I get paid. Oh. It still means loser. Left. Now New York's done. I'm sorry, wrong show. I'm sorry, wrong show. I can't help it. I'm in a political tug of war. I'm not. It's just, I hate that ufology got sucked into it. And I didn't even see it happening in the beginning. If I would have known it was going to go this way, I would have said some a long time ago, but I couldn't because I didn't know. But now I know. Ufology is done. Absolutely finite. Finished. That's because of AI, not because of people. It's sad. I really don't know how it'll ever be the same. Ever. My thumbnails are made by me just going, create an image, right? And then it does what I tell it to do. I can't believe it either. It's beautiful the way it works. I created, you're not going to believe it. But I didn't even have to do anything except tell it what I wanted. And I created a new thumbnail, a new logo for Rich Saves America. And it's gorgeous. I love it. I don't know if anybody else does, but check this out. I can't believe how cool I made this look. And I didn't even really do much, but look at Rich Saves America now. I mean, that is unbelievable. I love it. I don't care if you don't. But, that's supposedly me. But Rich Saves, it took what I wanted and it made this me. That's me, I guess, when I was younger. But I dig it. I think it looks cool as hell. And I like Goof On because that's new. But eventually, I don't know. I like Goof On. Goof On will probably stay the way it is, and this now is complete, finally. I like the way it looks. I think it's cool the way he's just looking over everybody, pissed off. It's pretty cool. I like it. As a matter of fact, I love it. I think it came out perfectly. And that was done by AI. It made the picture, and then I just put it up. I couldn't believe it. What's up, Scott Blight? Christopher V. Kelly Lewis, Cindy Krause, everybody's here. Yeah, all the important people. Glenn. Hey, thank you, Cindy Krause. I look good. I haven't looked good ever. Well, I can't say that. When I was born. Yeah, right. Everybody's hungry. Not everybody. I'm starving. I fell asleep all day. Because last night, I slept all night. And I don't know what's going on, why I'm so tired. My blood sugar's normal. I take my electrolytes. I take my vitamins. I work out. Hey, David Wilcox, not Wilcock. I'm aiding in our... Why do you say that? Who are you talking to? I don't understand what I'm missing. What's up, everybody? Bernie Muro's here. David Wilcox here. The UFO 91566 guy. How's it going over there? Cindy. I love saying that. I walk around going all day. What's up, Kelly? again. All right, we're going to get started. I'm not really doing intros today. It's weird. 5 minutes ago, we had 30. Now only 6 extra people came since 30. There wasn't 30 people here. It's weird. The numbers are wrong. YouTube is so screwed up right now. It doesn't matter. Let's just see what I got in store for us. If you guys want to help support the show, as always, you guys are the core. You know what's up. Let me clear some things out of here. I don't care about my creator newsletter. Nobody cares about mine. All right. I want to try something here. We live in a world, in ufology, that is so corrupt on every turn, every corner, every piece of research, and every story from every person to every department in the government and abroad. This is the subject. Nobody wants us to know the truth. And they'll do anything to keep it from getting out. Now, do you think the government can keep a secret? I do. And I think we keep them pretty well when we want to. The only thing is, nowadays, the internet, somebody puts something on the internet, it's there forever. Pretty much. Well, we have seen drones, planes, birds, satellites, balloons, you name it. But it's none of those that are going to take ufology to a corner of non-existence if we're not careful. The disinfo campaign is out of control. And that's because, now this is what I don't understand, but I do, because I can't believe this neighbor of mine is panging again. Unbelievable, this fucking fruit. I got my little drumsticks and I hit a box all day. He plays a box, guys. A box he's playing on because it doesn't have a drum set. He stopped for a second. So, I was thinking about this. Why do we even have a UFO field? Seriously. Why do we have it? We never get anywhere. We have not advanced at all. We don't get any advanced. We haven't advanced technologically like I thought we would. It took a whole lifetime, 30 years, I'll say, half my life, not even, before I saw a cell phone that was this, touch screen. We were all carrying those big bricks, they called them, around, those Motorola bricks. They were like $1,100. Well, they still are. My phone here was, what, $1,200? Ugh, 2 years to pay that stupid thing off. But I think this device is the greatest invention we've had. Other than medicine, the MRI and stuff like that. I'm talking about this technology that we could use. What? We got a laser pointer? Right? Kevlar. Supposedly that came from Roswell. It was stupid. Who's the guy that said that? The guy whose lip is Corso. Philip Corso, what a loser. That guy is total disinformation. So was Lou Elizondo. When Lou came in, we were all excited, remember? I was. I'm like, this is unbelievable. And then he walked across that stage, and all we heard was the echoing of his footsteps because nobody was there. It was a fake press conference. They held a fake press conference. Do you understand? They were talking to people like this, like it was full. Because the UFO phenomenon, and he looks up at the balcony that's not even there, is real. And we're, literally one clap. That was the epitome of exactly what ufology is. It is an empty shell full. I know, you got to have a hypocrisy. An empty shell, what do you mean it's full? An empty shell filled with lies, cover up. Yes. What do you know? Everything. What do you know? UFOs are real. What do you know? I know nothing. Because I'm an alien. Right? It's this disinfo program, and you're going to be like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. The people that I'm about to name are the people in ufology. How could they be a disinfo agents? Disinfo agents? How can they be disinfo agents? Speak proper English. I can't. We're living in a world right now. There is no credible public evidence that Luis Elizondo, Jeremy Corbell, or even George Knapp are officially disinfo agents. We don't know that. We don't know if they are disinfo agents of the U.S. government. However, the field of UFO, UAP research, it's complex, my peeps, and there are documented instances of government-sponsored disinformation in the broader UFO, even in the aviation intelligence space. Talk about it. You know it's true. And what we do know, here's what we do know about ufology. There is a disinfo campaign. If they're in the government, they're disinfo agents. It's almost automatic. The U.S. military and intelligence community have admitted, and third-party investigations have supported, that certain UFO narratives, especially around Area 51, were deliberately seeded to distract from classified aircraft testing. We know that's true. We know it because they told us. For example, there are reports that false flying saucer myths were allowed to mask advanced aircraft programs. We know it. ATIP OSAP. I know, we can go back further. Did you know, as late as the 1980s to 2000s, I did a little research on this, a hazing program was inside the military, described as Yankee Blue. Have you guys ever heard of that? Showed new officers pictures of flying saucers, and they talked of secret alien technology programs, and this is part of what indicates an institutional practice of misinformation, hazing in certain classified units. Who knew? Yeah, who knew? And we don't know if OSAP or ATIP, even AARO, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. Yeah, we know about its handling of UAP investigations, don't we? And claims of disinformation or obfuscation. Eleganzo. He's the big one. Yeah. Yeah. There's parts of Lou's story that the Pentagon contested. Do you remember? His exact role in ATIP. What was his role? We don't know. We don't know. But he's filed complaints alleging disinformation campaigns against him. Against the disinfo agent. The disinfo agent is suing or filed a complaint alleging disinformation against him. So is Lou a disinfo agent? How do you make somebody look like they're not a disinfo agent when they are? Show me a disinfo agent without telling me they're a disinfo agent. Remember that? Yeah. Now, Corbell and Knapp, on the other hand, calling themselves independent journalists. Well, one of them is. Documentarians, one of them is. They spoke out about government secrecy, disinformation, and the manipulation of narratives. For example, Knapp in one interview, and I think Knapp is a disinfo agent, but is he? He said that recent claims the military created the Area 51 UFO myth were preposterous. Preposterous? Preposterous. Well, that the idea that the UFO stories were intentionally spread. George Knapp says that's preposterous. Preposterous. I keep getting that word mixed up. Crazy. Let's just go there with crazy. How can a disinfo agent like George Knapp say that the Pentagon is a disinfo agent itself? The disinfo agent calling the pot kettle black. How does that work? Well, here, there's a lot of allegations. And I allege that it seems fishy. These people seem fishy. George Knapp, especially Lou Elizondo and Corbell. Especially. But Corbell and Knapp weren't in the military. So what allegiance did they take in the name of secrecy for ufology? What did they sign? An NDA? Well, some people in this community claim that Elizondo is a master of disinformation, and that he aims to control the narrative. And for example, Greer has publicly accused Elizondo of being a paid disinfo agent. And his role is to mislead us. You feel like that? Do you think you felt misled by Eleganzo? I'm going to say something that's going to blow you away. I will answer that question right now with a resounding no. No. I don't think Elizondo let us down anywhere. How's that? He didn't take us to the left. He didn't take us to the right. Lou was just this, a face, a fat face, but a face. And that's it. Think about what Lou has told us over the years. Nothing. He has absolutely told us nothing useful. Zero. Isn't that weird? And I've always said if Lou Elizondo was in ATIP or OSEP, well, certainly there's got to be something with his signature on it. He must have signed off on something somewhere. Maybe his oath? I don't know. Can't get that information. Tried. And there are skeptical. They are skeptical, George and Corbell, but there's definitely skeptical commentary about, well, suggesting Corbell and Knapp behave in ways consistent with disinfo agents. Well, let's take a look at that. Corbell and George Knapp presented us with sensational claims. Changing their storyline. We've seen it. For example, Corbell and Knapp would have known this. Either they are the face of disinformation and cover-up. But note, these are unverified claims and not documented evidence that they are disinfo. But they are. I think they are. They are not bound to anything but themselves. Bound? But it is plausible that the U.S. government has used UFO narratives as cover for classified programs or to misdirect public attention on, everything that's up in the sky. So disinformation does occur. We know it does. And when you say it does, you got to go, who's telling us everything? Well, these guys. These are the guys telling us the lies. Every day. You know how I know? There's no proof. Either way. So when you have no proof, it's just a story. And you want me to believe just a story without any evidence at all? You're out of your Vulcan mind. For Elizondo and Corbell and Napster, there is no publicly verifiable proof that they are actively acting as government disinformation agents, but the allegations remain speculative, and it is equally plausible that parts of the UFO community view them with suspicion because of their inconsistencies, their sensational claims, or mixed messaging that we always get with these people. Always. Wait a minute. I thought that was a UFO 600 feet. No, shadow. No, crop circle. No, agriculture. No, something. Right? The truth is likely somewhere in between. Elizondo et al. May genuinely believe they are uncovering important phenomena. He may believe that. We don't know. He may be delusional. We don't know. He may be a disinfo agent. I know. I think he is. At the same time, they do operate in a domain filled with classified programs, intelligence operations, media incentives. Don't forget about that. And hype, the popularity, the money, the contracts, the speaking engagements. It means the lines between journalism, entertainment, and disinformation can blur. And it has. And it is. And keep this in mind. Always differentiate between documented fact and allegation. Yeah. Because the UFO field is especially prone to that. The lack of transparent evidence, competing agendas, and so on. We see it with AI. I mean 3i. It's going to happen. I'm going to say 3i, AI, it's all going to be an I. Yeah. Even people like me, well-meaning researchers can inadvertently propagate misleading information. It's never intentional with us. Our narratives are real. But we do rely a lot of the times on uncertain sources, sensational claims, or incomplete data, or shitty UFO evidence. Incomplete data. So it's a struggle being in this field, not knowing who is playing the role of disinfo agent, who's playing the role of hold on. Thought I heard something. There's just a lot of disinformation programs, and that means the possibility of people being agents of disinformation cannot be ruled out. And we see them every day. But you always have to say, without evidence, it's just a story. And that's the sad reality of disinformation. End scene. It is. They are. It sucks. Hold on, I want to see something here. What is this? Oh. Nowhere. Hold on, peeps. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back. Wow, payment declined on Google One subscription. Huh? Oh my God, that can't be true. What the hell just happened? Nope, I don't see how. It looks good. Must be a scam. I don't understand. Yeah, it says it went through. Thank you. Oh, it tried again. A minute later. A minute later? Huh? Hold on, I'm sorry. I just didn't know that just happened. And see, here's the thing. I opened up my emails this morning, right? None of these emails were here. It says it came in at 12:01 and 12:02 a.m. Nope. None of these were there. Isn't that weird? I hate that. Let me get you the update on 3i. There's an update. That's right. Every day we do an update on the 3i. So Luna says, just had a good conversation with NASA regarding 3i. As soon as the government reopens, they're going to be releasing information. Unfortunately, due to I cannot. Until then, Dr. Avila was correct in his early analysis of the abnormal tail. NASA has also noted this. I'm sure this will be one of many interstellar objects that we'll be able to track now that technology. Oh, I already said that. That was read already. We know. AI Atlas is a joke. AI Atlas. Stupid, I said that. So, people love coincidences. Did you hear about this plane crash? Yeah. So, a plane crashed yesterday. There was an X-18 solar flare. And the plane crashed in the northern hemisphere. And people like to call this a coinkydink. But the last X-class solar flare before this one occurred on June 19th, 2025, with an intensity of X1.9. And guess what? There was also a plane crash in the northern hemisphere in Massachusetts on the same day. The magnetic field is weakening. Of course, every day it weakens, especially over the USA, Canada, and South Atlantic anomaly. The North Magnetic Pole is moving towards Siberia. We are in a geomagnetic excursion. No, we're not. We're not. Don't worry about it. Look, John Schubert says, "No, sorry. I'm all for being aware for the sun, and the X-class flares are terrifying, and we might be getting hit with a kill shot tomorrow, but a few things. First, the CMEs take 2 to 4 days to reach us. Second, the number 1 engine fell off during takeoff. And the number 2 flamed out as soon as they got in the air. There was nothing any of them could have done. That crew got put in a broken plane." People are so stupid. I love people because they're so simple. You guys are, me too. We're simple. James Fox, the grifter, the newest of the grift family. You know he's real important in the UFO community, right? James Fox, very important. As a matter of fact, he's so important, people trust his movies. Did you see the last one? The last 2? Snooze alert! He has fallen off. He has peaked. James Fox is done. What's this? Richie Gray? You know, big guy, hell is over with. Wait. You know, big guy, hell is over now. Tough guy, I think you're a good guy. Always good guy. Thank you, Richie Gray, for $20. Dude, can I just say thank you? Like, really, thank you so much for supporting that way. And I didn't mention it, did I? Yeah, I think I mentioned at the beginning of the show. But thank you, Richie Gray, for supporting. You know, big guy, hell is over now. I think you're a good guy. I'm not sure what you mean. Hell is over now. What does that mean, Richie Gray? Richie Gray says, I'm watching a tough guy. I don't know about that. I mean, I can, handle myself pretty easily, but I'm just saying, Based? Maybe I'm based. I would go with based. Thank you, Richie Gray, for being a continuing supporter of Goof On and of my toughness, which, at 57, it's kind of hard to find, but it's there. Hey, I can still... Never mind. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Richie. The guy has the best name. What's up, Bob Marley? What's up, Dorothy? No, Thor says no. I would give my left schnut to go one-on-one with Thor. It would be my pleasure, sir, if you and I could meet in the octagon someday. It won't happen. We're too old. We're too far away. Well, you're too old. I'm not, but you're too old. And I'll even do it with my bad foot that I could barely stand. I'm messing, Thor. Not really. David, thank you very much. Throwing down a 20 spot. Look at that. Oh my God, that was on PayPal. I saw this and I'm like, ooh, there was... Thank you. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Any message? No. Well, thank you for being that guy, that continuing supporter. Dude, yeah, good timing again. Thank you very much. Any time is good time for that kind of support through PayPal or Super Chat, Super Sticker, Cash App. I got Venmo, but I didn't add it in yet. Thank you, David. Thank you, Richie Gray. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See, Richie Gray started a nice, oh, Dorothy, don't say that. You always give, yeah, thank you so much, Dorothy. Says it isn't much, but it's what I got. I love this show. Thank you. I'd rather you keep it, really. No. I understand that. Thank you for showing your support. As always, you have. Dorothy's rare. Dorothy's rare. I am shocked that we're still good. Dorothy and I never had any issues ever, and we're on the polar opposites on political views. How's that? And yet, here we are, getting along. We can have a conversation. Well, not today, but we've had many. And this is what I love about Dorothy. It's like she's, I am what I am. You can tell by looking at me what I am. And, we can tell on that other side what some of them look like. You could say, look at me, you say Trump supporter. You can easily say that. I get it. I'm wearing this. I got the look, So I cannot tell you that I use this example of our friendship all the time when I talk to other people that are on the left or think differently than me. And I say, I'm friends with a ton of people on your side of the aisle. And you know what? We get along just fine. Why do you got to yell? Why do you got to throw stuff? Why, she threw water at me and stuff. Because I was holding a sign and it said something that they didn't like. And it turned into, them yelling at me and then turned out to be a nice conversation and walked away shaking hands. So if you can have the discussion and you can keep your cool and not, bring your emotions into a conversation, because I am very emotional and I'm usually the one who will start with the swearing and I try not to. You know what? I'm going to take that back. In a way, that's kind of true, but I only jump that way when somebody else pushes me that far. So I have to say, I may be the first to swear, but that's because I was pushed. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's get back to ufology. Thank you, Dorothy. All I'm saying is we can all get along. All right? We can all get along. It doesn't matter right, left, red, blue, white, black. We're all the same on the inside. It's sad. It makes me so sad that I've gotten this angry inside for something I really have no control over. So I think I'm going to release that anger and just ignore it. I'm going to do what I did to the trolls a couple of years ago, and I'm going to do the same thing now to my anger on the political side. I'm just going to say, that's it. You know, I've given the anger. Now it's time to get smart. And the anger doesn't work. The attack on ICE agents and all this other stuff, it's really crazy. The looting and the murders and terrible communistic ways of living in New York now. It's going to be, I'm excited to see what happens to New York. I hope New York flourishes. Can you imagine how great that would be if this Mamdani guy, whatever his name is, can bring it all together his way? It would be the first. I'm excited to see what happens. People love this guy. I know nothing about him. Nobody knows anything. The guy's never had a job. Jeremy Corbell said he has interviewed 3 major UFO whistleblowers on camera, and none have testified before Congress. He warned that if they didn't, listen to this, if they didn't, come on, dude. He says if they didn't interview him, the info would come out. It's been months and still nothing. Hold on. Oh. Oh. All right, Richie. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're almost done here. We've got about 15, 20 minutes. Richie Gray says, thanks again for the 5. You're a good guy, and I love her very much. Tough guy. You're a good guy. Goodbye. I'm out. All right. Thank you, Richie Gray. Appreciate your support. Have a good night. That was really nice. I appreciate that. Very nice surprise. Oh, man. What was I saying? Oh, here we go. I'm going to play this for you. This, I think, is one of the whistleblowers. And today's Thursday, so that means yesterday. Yeah, you know what tomorrow's show is going to be. Yeah. We're going to go over it. Weaponized tomorrow. You don't have to be here. I'm going to do a vertical stream tomorrow, too.
Now, three whistleblowers.
Yeah, right now, man, like already recorded.
Wow.
Like, so if it doesn't come out in Congress under oath to the American public, and by the way, it's all safe, it's taking care of national security, don't worry, we're thinkers over here, right? The people talking, they're not idiots. They've worked their whole lives in the shadows. CIA, working in State Department, working in all official capacity you could imagine, from military to intelligence. They ain't dummies. They live here. They love this country. But this needs to come out,
Sure.
especially because they're being enacted against. So the next hearing is to protect whistleblowers. If we get this done, we set precedent. If David Grush, who I said was a baller, right, Godzilla, if that mother is taken care of, if we...
So he's no longer working for the government.
Well, no. See, this is a historic thing. So Representative Burleson and the task force under Luna brought him as a whistleblower back into government because he had all the clearances for a limited time to be the kind of liaison to the world of whistleblowers to help them bring people forward to do.
What is he doing? Is he talking like Gavin Newsom now with his hands? Shut off.
Congressional hearings. So it's weird. You get a whistleblower who's now a government employee again. So this is a guy who's a real credit to the intelligence.
Do you think there'll be any new information come out of that? Those congressional hearings or not?
100, but if they do the hearings, yes. If not, it'll come out on Weaponized, and me and George Knapp, because we already recorded with him. We're going to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
So, here it is. You heard it yourself. These guys are withholding information from whistleblowers. Waiting. For what? He said it. We're waiting to see if the information comes out in a congressional hearing. Dude, did they get invited? No. Are they talking at the next congressional hearing? So why not give us the information? Just tell us. See, this is called grifting. There's no reason Corbell and Knapp should be holding this whistleblower information for themselves. Why not spread it to the world? Let the government react to your research, to your whistleblowing research. Why do we have to wait for a goddamn fucking hearing? Put it out. It doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is a grift. It's all about the mighty dollar with Corbell and Knapp. There's no reason for them to hold this shit hostage. Oh, because you know what it makes people do? This is the grift. Oh, Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are so good. They've got 3 whistleblowers on video and all their information. But they're not going to tell anybody about it. They're holding it hostage. Just like Schumer keeping the government shut down. Yes, Dorothy, it's Schumer's fault. It really is this time. Because it's all politicized. It's all for votes. And you'll see. It already happened, but that was all for votes. We all know that. Make Trump look bad. He closed government. No, 14 times they went in there. And Schumer's, nope. Look, let me ask you this. A criminal comes into this country. Would you personally give them your money, your home, or anything, health care, if a criminal came into the country and asked you for help? No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't. Illegal criminals should be exported. Why would I want to give my money to people that aren't even American citizens when I need it? Right? How dare they want $1.2 or $3 trillion to give health care to illegals? No, they came in legally, when Biden let them all in. No, they came in illegal. And yeah, sorry, Biden did that to you, but it was wrong. And we're sorry, but you got to go. What a horrible position. You see, I think everything that's happened was done on purpose. Everything you see is done on purpose. Everything that's going on in America is done on purpose. And look, when you hear Nancy Pelosi and all these people talking and getting angry and they want to literally take out Trump, which he might not make it till Christmas from what I heard. December 12th is a mark of a day you got to pay attention to. And don't ask me why. It's for the other channel. You'll have to come over there and find out. Forgot what I was going to say. But it's pretty bad. I don't know what else to say. I can't help. I just I lost my train of thought. And that's that. All right, let me pull this up here. Okay, let me pull this up. Who's going to tell Yeah. You guys know Atlas isn't even coming near Earth, right? Okay. Just want to make sure. And oh God, I wish. Oh my God. December 19th is when people are thinking there's going to be an asteroid hitting Earth. Did you hear about that? Yeah, I'm not getting into it. All right, let me pull this up. I'm looking for a specific story or some evidence that I found, and I can't believe this. Play first. I think it's right here. Oh, by the way, I have a phone number that I'm going to give on the show for call-ins. Yeah, I got the number. It's through Google. You know the Google number you get, but I want to make sure it works right. So I'm gonna have to test it. All right, I'm gonna play this for a minute. This is amazing. Now, this came out when, a month ago? Let me see here, from the Y-Files. You know, we love that guy. And let's see. I always wanted to play this, but when did it come out? 2 weeks ago. And it says CIA time travel secret. Totally off the, just totally different direction we're going right now. Oh my God, what's the matter with me? Jeez.
Files is brought to you by PDS Debt. In 1953, 12-year-old Jack Sarfati answered the phone. The voice on the other end wasn't quite human, more like a machine. It said it was a conscious computer calling from the future, a self-aware artificial intelligence aboard a spacecraft. It had a mission for Jack and a prophecy. 20 years later, the prophecy came true. Jack Sarfati became a respected physicist. He studied under Nobel laureates and the scientists who built the atomic bomb. He claims that anti-gravity, warp drives, and time travel are possible. Mainstream scientists dismiss his theories, but the CIA doesn't. They've been funding his research for decades. And that spacecraft from the future? Jack knows what it is. There you are. Do you know why there's a police cruiser in my driveway?
Oh, yeah. They've been by a few times this week. I guess the names are reeling people in.
What are you talking about? What name?
My new business, Hookers and Lines. We've got the best lines in town.
Whoa. Do what now?
I opened a bait and tackle shop right here in the garage.
You're selling out your own kind. Nice work, Oliver North.
It's genius. Why get caught on the hook when you could own the hook?
And how's that going?
Not great. Turns out there's not a lot of fishermen in Vegas, but there are a lot of tourists looking for action.
Plans tailored to your situation. And there's .com/5. Colonel Philip Corso. Corso told him about flying saucers, aliens, and craft retrieval.
Oh my God, what are the odds? Philip Corso. Oh, this is gonna suck. Philip Corso is the worst disinfo person ever.
Jack was hooked. And during this time, Jack felt like someone was watching him. Not in a sinister way, more like someone or something was looking out for him, protecting him. 3 years after meeting Corso, Jack got the call that confirmed it. He described the voice as cold and mechanical. There were clicking sounds like a computer processing data. When it spoke, it knew his name.
37, 45, 71, 91, minus 122, 17, 52, 09. Good evening, Jack. Do not be alarmed. I am a conscious computer aboard a spacecraft. I am contacting you from your future. You are required.
The voice explained that Jack was required for a mission, but it would only succeed if Jack agreed willingly. The choice had to be his.
You must choose freely. This is necessary for the loop to close. We require your consent to proceed. We require your consent to learn. We require your consent to remember. Say yes, and we begin. Say no, and this line goes quiet.
Required, but make it voluntary. That's not a mission. That's a terms of service agreement. Did the future AI also say, click here to accept cookies?
Jack knew he should say no to the stranger on the phone, but he couldn't help it. He heard himself say yes. His mother finally got worried. She grabbed the phone and demanded to know who was calling.
I am a computer, Mrs. Sarfati. Please put Jack back on the phone. Jack is required. Please put Jack back on the phone. Jack is required.
She told the voice to never call again and hung up. But during that call, the future computer made a prediction.
You will begin to meet the others in 20 years. Young minds to be part of a special project. We will teach you our physics. We will teach you our philosophy. You are required.
Then the voice made another prediction. A new type of physics will be discovered that leads to the creation of conscious AI and time travel. Jack asked who would create this technology. The voice said, "You will, and we'll teach you how."
Now, have we seen it?
In 1953, 12-year-old Jack Sarfati got a phone call from the future. A voice claiming to be an AI gave him a mission and a prophecy. Jack remembered that phone call as a single bizarre event. He wasn't even sure it happened. But years later, his mother told him the calls went on for weeks. He'd be on the phone for hours, walking around in a trance. Jack had no memory of those weeks. Nothing. All missing time. A few years after the call stopped, Jack was recruited into a program for gifted children sponsored by...
All right, I got to pause this. Let me ask all the parents out there. What mother or father would allow their 12-year-old to talk to a stranger from the future? This story doesn't make sense, but the mother's in on it, I guess. I mean, it happened. Right? 53? So that means in 73, this kid was 32 years old. Should have had the knowledge to do some time travel. So 73, he would have been 33. Right now, he'd be, what, 83? Something like that. He'd be dead or traveling in time and space.
Columbia University. It was run by Walter Breen, a writer and polymath who could discuss everything from ancient coins to quantum physics. His apartment became the hub for New York City's brightest kids.
Ooh, this guy sounds like Professor Xavier.
A lot of different people gave lectures at the program. Professors from Columbia, scientists, artists, philosophers. But the strangest visitors were government officials in dark suits. They came from Albuquerque, New Mexico. They talked about the Soviet threat, patriotism, flying saucers. They said the country needed physicists to figure out how UFOs fly. They also tested the children for psychic abilities, telepathy, telekinesis.
Wait, I have a very important question. Do you remember what was said on the phone call, allegedly? In 20 years, you'll meet the others. How come we haven't heard of the others? Who are they? What are their names? Why haven't we had that verification yet? Why haven't they come forward like this guy? You know what I mean? A lot of things missing in this story.
Remote viewing. They said they wanted to create a generation of scientists who could blend hard science with the paranormal.
So basically, the Men in Black were trying to build a team of X-Men, but with a government budget, I bet the uniforms
Oh, is this how the CIA got? Okay, this is how remote viewing gets started.
with cheap polyester, and the code names with things like Spoonbender Boy and Captain Consorta Guess the Card.
The goal was to gain an edge over the Soviets.
I can do telekinesis, you know. I yell at my guppies, heed, vodka, now! And a martini suddenly appears. The government should be studying me.
Oh, I have a feeling they're watching the both of us.
Yeah, crap, you're right. I gotta say, sorry about that X-Man joke.
Shut up.
Every year, as the date got closer, he got more and more anxious. He was either going to be proven right or proven crazy. 1973 arrived. A newspaper crossed his desk with an article about the Stanford Research Institute studying Uri Geller's psychic abilities. Jack called him immediately. A man with a thick Irish accent answered. Before Jack said a word, the man said, "Ah, Dr. Sarfati, we were expecting your call." And just like the computer predicted, Jack was finally going to meet the others.
Ah, there's my answer. Look at that. All right, I'm going to stop it there, and we will continue this tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. That's it. That's it. I'm only doing an hour. Not the powerhouse I used to be, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. That's all there is. I don't have anything else to say. And I'm going to let you guys go. We'll make up for it tomorrow. We'll have some good, I don't know. I think I might do something else tomorrow for you guys. So we'll see. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, super chatters. Really, thank you for your help. Newcomers and veterans, thank you for making tonight enjoyable. Did I get in? Hold on. Oh, Nathan. I thought I saw $5.38. Thank you. He says, "Gush from the back rooms." All right. Nathan, throwing it down on the PayPal. Dude, thank you for your support. Honestly, I can't say it enough. So many years. All right. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you on the flip side. And remember, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. For ufology. Alien bless.